Hello, everyone. I'd like to continue with the chapter reading from my manuscript, The Real Beauty and the Beast. Life is Not a Fairy Tale. We are in chapter number 14, titled What's Cooking. Lately, sadness seems to have made itself at home with us, becoming an uninvited guest that keeps knocking on Maya's and Saumya's doors, often leaves them with tears they never asked for. I watch them both and feel an ache in my heart. There's only so much I can do. I try to soothe their wounds with healing words or Reiki, hoping the positive energy reaches them. But when the damage comes from outside forces, I often wonder if it ever really gets through. Today, it's Saumya's turn. She receives a call from her mother. Her mother wants to live with her. Instead of feeling happy, Saumya is upset. It doesn't feel like love, more like being used. Maya and I try to comfort her. We tell her we are happy to share our home if her mother genuinely wants companionship. But Saumya's pain runs deeper. What she truly mourns is the long standing feeling of rejection, of not being accepted by her family when she needed them the most. Every time she cried out for help, they had a convenient excuse. She opened up about her troubles, but they brushed her aside. Instead of supporting her, they pressurized her to reconcile with her husband, not because it was right, but because they didn't want the shame of a broken marriage. In many parts of Indian society, a married woman living apart from her husband is seen as a stain on the family's reputation. Her parents, who always have taken pride in having settled their daughter, refused to face the truth because they feared public judgment. Their pride, their carefully curated image, came before her safety, her dignity. So, women learn to hide their bruises, physical and emotional, behind makeup and fake smiles. And Saumya had done that far too long. Despite her hurt, Saumya still imagines her mother's loneliness and feels a sense of responsibility. She agrees to let her mother move to the same city, but on one condition: they won't live together. Her mother would stay in a separate house with a caretaker. Saumya promises to support her in every way, but she draws a boundary. At first, her mother resists, but with no other option, she agrees. Forgiveness is a noble thing, but it takes time, especially when the heart is still nursing fresh wounds. Saumya had already shouldered more than most. Now she's rebuilding herself, finding joy in her work and peace in her independence. The last thing she needs is more emotional turmoil. As the day passes by, we get busy with our work and posting videos and blogs for the social media site. I'm sharing a copy of the script of the video and blog for the readers. It's an AI assisted edited version. The Fisherwoman and the Cod Dial relationship story. For all swimmers and those who dream of swimming, let's dive into my fantasy world of alphabets, colors, numbers, and music. Let me begin with the alphabet Y. It's a curious letter, often the starting point of questions and discoveries. In a way, it's also the spark behind innovation and revenue generation across the world. I may not know everything, but it's the why in I that keeps me learning and growing every day. It inspires me to upskill, create, and imagine ideas that can someday become source of income, not just for me, but for others too. Now you might be wondering, what does all this have to do with a fisherwoman or a brand relationship? Well, if you believe that meaningful connections can be built with anything and everything around you, if you have a mindset open to learning and not prejudiced one, then this story will resonate, because not all stories are candy coated. Some are rooted in deep, honest friendships. And those are the stories that shape a better world with peace, happiness, and shared prosperity. The story begins. It's a bright summer morning in the land of alphabets, a peaceful realm. However, turmoil brews in the land of colors where unrest has begun. With some new colors destroying their own houses, the tension spills into the land of alphabets too, disturbing the harmony between the two. Soon, the land of numbers joins in, forming uneasy alliances with the land of colors. To resolve their growing unrest, the foreign minister of the land of alphabets begins to strategize peace efforts. Amidst all this, far away from politics and power, lives a simple fisherwoman by the sea. She is humble and ambitious, determined to earn a living ethically without harming the fish she loves. Her dream to earn enough money to buy her goals, not just material things but purpose driven ambitions. One gloomy afternoon, she sits by the shore, her dreams looking like birds with broken wings. Just then, a group of old, wise fishes approach her. They say, "We are nearing the end of our lives and want our death to be meaningful. We'd like to donate our organs before we go. Catch us in your net and make cod liver oil out of us, but with a promise in return." Overwhelmed and touched, the fisherwoman agrees even before hearing the full request. The fishes explain, "As you make cod liver oil from us, infuse it with a dash of positivity. Let it spread peace, not just health, to the world. Start at home. Let your product bring income, healing, and harmony." She smiles. It's a win win. A brand is born. She starts making cod liver oil at home. She tests it on herself first and notices heart health improvement. Slowly, she shares it with neighbors in the land of alphabets, adding a note with each bottle. "Can we have a cordial relationship between your family and mine?" Each bottle comes with a new story of peace and harmony. Her product becomes a sensation. Encouraged, she consults her AI assistant, her new free of cost digital companion, to brainstorm a brand name. They come up with the Cord Dial relationship story. Cord stands for cordiality, the heart of all relationships. Dial symbolizes connection, heart to heart, soul to soul. Relationship for the bond we share as humans. Story for the message of peace and friendship carried with every bottle. From home to the world, she begins exporting to the land of colors and the land of numbers. Her product is so effective that government of both the lands makes its consumption mandatory. As more people use the product, something magical happens. People begin to think with their heart instead of just their heads. Hatred dissolves. The three lands extend hands of friendship within and across border. Peace returns. And our fisherwoman, she achieves her dream. With the income she earns, she goes shopping for her goals, not in a flashy way, but in her eco-friendly, custom-designed luxury car. Meanwhile, the foreign minister of the land of alphabets starts collaborating with other ministers of other lands, not just to solve political issues, but to develop new global business models rooted in friendship. Interestingly, this effort isn't limited to finance minister. In this land, everyone contributes. It's no longer about my duty or your duty. It's about our land. Even the old political sabha that once echoed with chaos and slipper fights is now a space of collaboration. No party politics, no ego battles, just one shared vision. A healthy heart that connects one to many. So, here's to the Cord Dial relationship story, where peace is bottled, friendship is a brand, and the future is heart led. So, that's the end of the blog and the video script. The next few days, there's a constant interaction between the so called beast and Maya, who guides her in many ways like a good mentor. Saumya and I don't know what's cooking between them. Well, there is no dish being prepared there. She's only learning a few things from him. His interaction helps her to get over many of the inner fears too. She can also see a lot of improvement in. We can also see a lot of improvement in Maya's life. She slowly gets more and more involved in her work related to the video and looks for ways to improve her presentation. She also takes up a few courses to upskill herself under the so-called Beast's guidance. It looks like our life is heading for something good as we continue posting our videos and blogs on the social media site. We seem to be improving by the day. Saumya also seeks Richard's assistance to learn more about AI assisted tools. They share their learning with me, so it helps me to learn something new every day. What started off as a participation in the competition ends up as a bigger goal for us that we would like to achieve not just for ourselves but for the entire world. We start dreaming of world without borders. A dream. Will it just remain a dream? I'm not sure, but we would like to create such a world by influencing the influencers without our thoughts, with our thoughts, because they have the power to change and we don't. Although I am ending this chapter with a combination of both positive and negative thoughts in the last sentence, but we are beaming with positivity in us. So that's the story so far. I hope you're liking the story, and I do like to hear from you in the comment section. That's all for the day. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.